In the dawn of time, the word from above resonated. An unparalleled sower of light appeared. He went out to spread the seeds of truth. He was not just any sower, but the incarnate Word. Its seeds were not grains of wheat. They were fragments of divine knowledge, destined to germinate in the human soul. With each majestic step, he cast forth gems of wisdom. Some fell on the hardened path, trampled by the indifference of passers-by. Birds of oblivion, worldly distractions, devoured them. The seed of truth could not take root there. The road remained barren, lifeless. Other seeds landed among the rocks. The land was scarce, shallow, and arid. The scorching sun of adversity withered them. They could not take deep root in the rock. They represented a superficial and ephemeral faith, a heart without depth, without sustenance. The seed germinated briefly, then died. The scene was a spiritual battlefield. Each seed struggled for its existence against the forces of apathy and superficiality. The sower watched with deep sadness, but his mission was unwavering, full of hope. He continued his sacred work, undeterred. His gaze reflected infinite patience. The seeds fell, one after another, with purpose. The wind carried them to uncertain destinations. Every throw, an act of divine love. The light of the sower illuminated the landscape, a contrast to the darkness of the earth. The promise of life in every tiny seed, a silent message of transformation. The field awaited its destiny, its judgment. The struggle between life and oblivion continued. The sower did not give up. His faith was eternal. Every seed, an opportunity for the soul. The sun was setting, painting the sky gold. The silhouette of the sower stretched across the horizon. His task was not yet finished. Hope shone in her divine eyes. The field, a canvas of infinite possibilities. The seed of truth, a precious gift, waiting for the right heart to bloom. The parable was just beginning its revelation. The sower continued on his way, tireless. His love for humanity was his driving force. The wind whispered ancient truths into his ear. The stars were beginning to speckle the night sky. Each seed carried a cosmic potential, an echo of the divine voice in creation. The sower, a solitary but powerful figure, his presence filled the vast landscape. The night brought with it a veil of mystery, but the promise of dawn remained. The history of sowing would continue incessantly, an eternal cycle of hope and opportunity. The sower, the giver of life, would never stop. His message would resonate forever in their hearts. The sower, with a serene face, did not stop. His mission, hope, propelled him forward. He continued his sacred work, tirelessly. Some seeds fell among dense thorns. The thorns grew quickly, menacingly. They drowned the young plant of truth. The worries of the world were those thorns. Seductions of wealth, a deadly embrace. Desires for other things, a slow poison. They prevented the seeds from bearing fruit. The young plant struggled, unsuccessfully. A shadow of sadness crossed the field, but the greatest glory was yet to come. The sower moved towards the promised land. Her eyes searched for open hearts. Finally, the seeds fell on fertile ground. Receptive hearts, prepared for the light. There, the divine seeds took deep root. They grew with astonishing and pure vitality. The greenery stretched, vibrant and strong. They produced an abundant, miraculous harvest. Some seeds yielded 30 times more, others 60 times, a generous gift, and some even 100 times what was sown. A golden field under the radiant sun. This was the triumph of the Spirit, glorious, the manifestation of transformative power. The divine word, living and powerful, an epic testimony of unwavering faith. Despite adversity, truth prevails, always finds a way to bloom. Multiply his glory in noble hearts. The sower smiled, his labor accomplished. The wind whispered praises across the field. The young plants rose, majestic. A sea of golden ears of wheat swayed gently. Every grain, a transformed life, a soul. The sower's light shone brighter. The echo of his word resonated in the air. A hymn of gratitude rose to the sky. The fertile land, blessed by his touch. The parable was completed. An eternal lesson, faith, an unshakable foundation for the soul. Hope, the engine of each new day. Love, the essence of all creation. The sower observed his work with peace, a legacy of light for all humanity, the promise of an eternal, abundant harvest. His gaze encompassed the vast horizon, a future sown with infinite possibilities. The wisdom of his words would endure, transforming lives, generation after generation. The divine message, crystal clear, a call for deep reflection of the Spirit, to open one's heart without fear or doubt, for the seed to take firm root, and may it flourish in a garden of virtues. The sower faded into the distance, leaving a trail of light and hope. The parable, an eternal beacon for the soul.